Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Joe Yates, and in this video we're going to be swapping out this scungy old stock S15 intake pipe. And why would we be doing such a thing? This stock pipe is super flexy. Under high volumes of air, there is potential for this to actually cave in. Basically what we'd like to do is just increase the airflow into the turbo. With this pipe, it's quite restrictive. It's not completely smooth inside, so if we change it out to something like this, this is just a random piece of pipe that I've got here. It's just going to be so much smoother. Less restriction, greater airflow. Definitely a worthwhile upgrade. So jumping into the future, just doing this mod alone, I've noticed an easy couple of PSI, about 2 PSI quicker spool time, and just throttle response when you put your throttle down. Definitely quicker boost response.
So here we are. I am actually looking at changing the stock S15 airflow meter, or MAF, out for a Z32 one. I'm right well into basically dummy fitting this, coming up with a way to mount it nicely. And I've worked out a way. I've got an old pipe. I'm just going to connect up here. It's got about probably like a 30 or maybe like 45 degree angle on it. And I'm just going to cut a piece of pipe off. It's the same size as the intake pipe already. I would like to go larger to 3-inch, but I'm just using what I've got for the time being, and I think it'll work out fine. So this was actually the old setup of the S15 previous owner had, and I'm a bit reluctant to cut into this nice stainless steel, but I see I'm not going to use it immediately. I'd rather, if I can use a piece of this pipe, at least for now in my own car, I think it's a good idea. So I'm just chopping off a piece that'll make the connection nicely with the kind of angle that we need to go for the intake. There's definitely no turning back now. I've already begun the cut of this beautifully crafted, welded piece of pipe that I'm going to use. Getting there. And there we go. So not bad, guys, just for a hacksaw cut. And that should be just the bend that we need for the intake pipe. And I'll be able to just add the couple of joiners onto it, connect it to the MAF or airflow meter, and we should be good to go. I've just taken the rough edges off with a round file on the inside and a flat file on the outside. And so there's no rough edges really now. It's quite smooth, which is good. So basically this pipe here will go like so, and then I'll use just a joiner to connect it there, and basically I think this is 2.5 inch to 3-inch adapter joiner to the airflow meter. I've just trial fitted this piece of pipe now, and just with that coupler it's looking good. It's looking like it'll be in a good spot there. Now pretty much I just come along with the airflow meter, which I've got the reducer down to 2.5 inch, I believe, so 3-inch to 2.5 inch. Just doing this one-handed, push that all the way in. There we go. So now I just need to go out and buy an adapter for the pod, wire in the airflow meter, and put the pipe clamps on, and we've got a pretty solid job right there, I think. I'll also need to extend this bracket out. I may even likely just change that. This has got to come out to here, and I'll probably bolt here, or maybe on the top just to secure it. The airflow meter pod adapter that I have is for SR20, so it's not going to fit the airflow meter, but this is what it'll kind of look like pretty much. We've all seen this before just about, but yeah, just it'll marry up like that. I think that'll sit, and I think the bonnet will close on that fine. I don't think it'll interfere too much. I think it'll clear it. So yeah, I'll be quite happy with this setup going forward. I've just made a bracket up to attach to the bracket, believe it or not. I did want to keep this bracket just in case I need to just swap back to the SR20 airflow meter. So that'll just attach to the current bracket in place, and I'll drill a hole and I'll be able to secure the airflow meter that way. And so that's pretty much looking really good. I just need to drill a hole where it will actually attach to the airflow meter right there. Yeah, I'll put a bolt and nut through there and tighten it up super tight, and I think it'll do the job. It's not a professional job, more sort of just using what I've got and the tools that I've got. The airflow meter new support bracket is in place. It's really not going to go anywhere. Once I tighten it, of course. Yeah, this is just a dummy fit. I went down to the local parts store. Actually, I tried 2 local parts stores to try get a AFM math pod filter adapter, but I couldn't find the right one. They used to sell them, but it turns out everyone's gone to map sensors, so old tech, hence why they've probably removed them from the shelves because they just didn't sell. So what I've managed to do is just adapt the one that I've got here. So it is a bit dodgy with all the holes cut out. Don't mind all the holes. It's functional, it works until I can get a replacement. I actually don't need to, but just to tidy it up, I probably will because they're only like $25 online. It works. I've just drilled a hole on either side in the middle where there was actually a molding mark. It looks like where the actual plastic AFM has come out of the mold there. So I just, drilled 2 holes on each side. 2 bolts is fine. It doesn't have to be sealed tight. It's got the seal in there. But yeah, that'll do the job nicely now. Now I can mount that pod filter. No problems. That's bolted up tight now, so that's not going to go anywhere. It's rock solid. Now to put the pod filter on. Then we need to wire it up. I'm going to leave this plug in just in case I need it in the future just to revert back. I'm actually in the process of toying with my Power FC, which I've got for this car, and the stock tune that's on it. And I've just been running around with the stock tune. I've got an Innovate LM2 air fuel ratio data logger and gauge coming. So the whole idea behind replacing the airflow meter at this point in time is because the old tune that I've got from my old car, my old 180SX, the tune that I have there, I've preloaded that into the Power FC. So this car has very similar mods. It's got the same size turbo. The only thing different is the injectors and at this point in time airflow meter, but we're changing that right now. That's hence why we're replacing the MAF, the airflow meter. So yeah, I've got an LM2 wideband coming, and we're going to have a go at just seeing what those air fuel ratios are like and whether it's safe or not to run. And there we go, the pod filter's on. Nice and easy to put that on. I've just checked, I've just closed the bonnet and I've recorded a video just to make sure that it actually doesn't hit, and it seems like really close, but it doesn't hit. Now on to wiring the airflow meter up. What I wanted to do was keep this connector just so that I could go back and forth if need be. Now, when you're wiring airflow meters up, I'm going to be really careful because this wiring here is shielded, so it protects the voltage basically from electrical interference, EMF. So the shielding there, that protects the circuit from any electrical interference. So what I wanted to do was just basically take the connector here and wire it in parallel, just so that I have the option to go back and forth. I've carefully pulled back all the heat shielding, all the electrical shielding from the wires, and I've carefully stripped the outer insulation on each wire, leaving the shield wire. The shield wire can just stay, that's fine. I'm ready now to cut the other wires for the Z32 AFM meter and solder them up. So I've carefully soldered one wire together and just got a few more to go. Now I'm just going to wrap all these wires up. Now I've individually wrapped each one, insulated it, and now I can just wrap the whole lot nice and tightly together and job done. We can just leave this wire. It is actually supposed to be grounded to the body. I just want to test it for now and see how it goes. And there we have it, guys. We are done. The nice new intake pipe is all fitted. I've since run this setup at 2 drift events now, and it's been great. I've noticed that spool time is quicker, like I said it was in the beginning. All in all, guys, this is a top mod that if you've got a relatively stock S15 or even S13, S14 with the SR in it, it's definitely a worthwhile upgrade. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and give this a thumbs up. That'd mean a lot. Thanks for your support, and I'll see you in the next one.